everyone. Welcome to Marti's MS Life. My name is Marti Hines. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I now live in Los Angeles, California. I am so excited to be shooting my first episode for you guys. I am a filmmaker, a CEO, an all-around phenomenal Black woman, and I have multiple sclerosis. In August of 2018, at 34 years old, I woke up paralyzed on the entire left side of my body, and that is when I discovered that I had MS. It was the most terrifying day of my life. I thought that I was dying. I had heard of MS, but I wasn't familiar with the disease. I didn't know anyone that had MS, and so it was even scarier to not know or to be able to understand, what was going on or how this could have been happening in my body without me knowing it. There was so much denial that I'm still dealing with, and it's something that made me want to start this show, to just talk to you about my journey, questions that I've had, questions that I've gotten answers to, things that I would have wanted to know about that could have made, my process easier. I'm only a year and a half in with my new sidekick, so I'm still learning a lot too. And I'm hoping that we can talk to each other and share our stories and learn and grow together. I also want us to work together to just bring awareness to this disease. There's so many young, vibrant, spectacular people now that I have met with MS, and I just feel like it only comes to the strong ones. And so I want us to find ways to just share our stories and make sure that people know, that this is what MS looks like. I think that that's part of what I want to talk to you about today, which is the denial. I feel like your family, your friends, even yourself, if you have MS, there's this piece that is almost like, is this really real? Is this actually happening? Is this something that's going to get better? And it's something I really struggled with and am still struggling with, is the acceptance part of having this disease. I went from being healthy, feeling normal, feeling fine, to hearing that there were lesions on my spine and brain. And it was such a traumatic experience, the way that I uncovered that I had MS, that I think it didn't give me the space and time to really grieve and understand what it was that was happening. It was, okay, you have MS, this is the treatment you need to be on, we need to get you started right away. And I had to just kind of pump the brakes. I didn't actually decide to start any drug therapies the first 6 months of my diagnosis, because I wanted to just try to understand what exactly was happening to me and processing why this was happening to me. There's just so many emotions, from anger to sadness to fear, that it was just too much at one time to then all of a sudden be talking about, okay, what treatment am I gonna do now? And I'm just hoping that if you are at the earlier stage of finding out that you have this disease, that you give yourself time and space and grace to just let it all kind of sink in. For me to have had this disease for over a year, I still sometimes feel like it was yesterday. And there's so much sadness that I hold sometimes for that, because I miss who I used to be, before this disease. And if you if you go too fast, if you don't take that time to acknowledge the loss and grieve, you wind up almost in a spiral that you feel like you're almost off tracks and you can't get back on. And that's what I feel like was so important for me to hear once I started reaching out to other people that had MS, other MS warriors that could tell me to take my time, and it's okay to feel like maybe this isn't happening to me, maybe I'm going to be better. I know that I really felt like this has to be a cure. This is going to go away. This is a mistake of some sort. I'm fine. These are all the thoughts that I had, was that I was going to be different, and that, this disease wasn't something that was going to be attached to me. And I think what it is I think that you're thinking that there has to be a cure. We have this expectations for doctors to have the answers and to be able to fix us. And that's always what I've felt about when you go to the doctor. You tell them you're not feeling well, you tell them whatever your ailments are, and then they're supposed to give you a magic pill or, give you your instructions, and it's supposed to make it all, go away. But that's not the case with MS. For those of you that are watching that aren't aware, MS, as of right now, is an incurable disease. Does that mean now I'm going to be wheelchair bound? Am I going to lose the ability, to speak? Am I going to lose the ability to feed myself? These are all the things that are being put on you at one time when you're first getting diagnosed, and, your mind just rejects it. You're just like, no, that can't be my story. And I really had my head in the sand and just refused to see any other doctors, refused to talk about treatment, refused to even discuss that this thing, had happened to me. I thought for a while that I could just change my diet and it would go away, take a lot of vitamins and I would be fine, pray, and that, the Lord would lift me from this. And all of those things are a part of my journey and my program now, diet, exercise, faith, but it's still having to sit down, look at yourself in the mirror, and accept that this is now a part of who you are. And I just want to make sure that if you're struggling with that, we can talk about it and see how to get you there. And I'm not fully there. And I want to be clear about that I still get so angry so much of the time. And when I see my neurologist, I'm questioning her and saying well, this wasn't there then when you said that. Does that mean that maybe I'm better now? Or does that mean that things aren't what you thought they were? Do you think there could be a chance that I was misdiagnosed because I read an article that talks about all of the people that have been misdiagnosed? Do you think that could be me? I feel like I was fine after I had my steroid drip for 3 days, and I feel like I'm back to normal now. Maybe it was just a fluke. Is that really a lesion? It doesn't seem like it. It's so tiny. And so those are just all of the pushback that I was doing and still sometimes do. And it's hard. It's really hard to accept something like this. And I really want to take the time with this show to have it be a place to share, just my journey, how I'm adjusting, to my new normal, and then hopefully to provide some insight and advice, for my fellow warriors, and to bring awareness, on this disease to friends and family of people that have MS. I'm on, this race to erase MS, and I just want you to join me on this ride. My life is never-ending surprises, with every day. It's whether I'm working on my company at the Sundance Film Festival, or if I'm shooting my film that's out on BET Her right now. There's just always a new story and a new adventure, and sometimes some challenges because I have MS now. And this is what I really want to use this show to talk to you about. And I hope that the things that I've learned can be helpful to you, and I'm hoping that you can share with me so that I can continue to learn and we can be there, for each other. So I hope that you continue to tune in. Next week's episode is going to be talking about MS and fertility. So much that I had no idea about, And I just can't wait to share with you my fertility journey with MS. It has been a road and there's just so much to say and to talk about it, because I really realized how much I wanted to have children. So next week, MS and fertility, there's just so much, from what insurance covers to what hormones give you less flare-ups, to some of the disappointments that kind of happen along the way, so that you can be prepared in case, that's something that happens with you and your doctor, and my whole journey on egg retrieval. So again, thank you so much for watching. I am just so excited for us to get to know each other better and to keep talking. You can follow me on Instagram, and it's also down in the channel description. So I can't wait for your comments, and here we go. Bye guys, talk to you soon.